It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Coming up next.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Mevis, out to get us started. And off we go from South Florida. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
Play action. Tagovailoa. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
There's a lot of guys out there, Mike, that over the last couple years, the start of Justin Fields' career, they love nitpicking his game. It's a little unconventional. He's not an in-rhythm, on-time pocket quarterback, but I think that's okay. I think some of the criticism is fair, but there's one thing you can't deny. He is electric with the ball in his hands, both escaping the pocket and as a designed runner. I think they need to lean into his strengths as a player. Don't shy away from him, because when he's playing at the top of his game, man, he is the ultimate weapon.
second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Fields. This one caught by Lazard. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. Oh, looked like he had the first down, but the ball is out. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. Here's a 2nd and 6. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. That's taken in by Achane. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Jets will take over at their own 14-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Now a 3rd and 2. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only 1. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. Malik Washington deep for Miami. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's already 2 catches for this guy. We haven't even seen him hand the ball to him yet. And that's really what these running backs have become in the league. They're really just all-around weapons. And if the ground game's not working, you can go to the air and vice versa. The more times this guy touches the ball, the better it is for this offense.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Man in motion here is Washington. Tua now on 3rd down. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Fields. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find. And It brings up a manageable second down.
2nd and 7. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
3rd down, here's Hall. Hall, a first down and more. And it will finally be taken down at the Jets' 35. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Fields. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. A big play for the Jets. And even 30 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Fields to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Jalen Ramsey, he is tough to throw on. There to bat that one away. Half yard, that's all they need on this 3rd and goal. Fields. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Jets. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Point after try forthcoming. The kick is good, and the Jets will take a 7-0 lead.
Dolphins nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, Malik Washington. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. Taking off. One quarter in the books. The Jets have the advantage. And we're back to South Florida after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Hill brought in motion. There he goes again. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Now the former Texas A&M Aggie, here's Devon Achane. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Quinnen Williams there to make the play. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tua. Open man, Malik Washington. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. This one complete to Washington. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Hill brought in motion. Play action. Tagovailoa. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tua. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. Philippe sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Fields now. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Here's Austin McNamara now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at him. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. A run with the fullback, Ingold. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive. But now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. cross midfield, and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Sending it deep for Waddle. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw. But I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And great coverage on special teams. They'll mark it down inside the 5-yard line. The Jets offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down. It's Fields. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
It is 3rd and 10. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now a fair catch called for and taken right at the midfield stripe. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Tua going to give it to Achane. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
2nd and a yard. Here's Tagovailoa. To the left side in the hands of Hill. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. They'll look to set up the screen here.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To the air again, Tungo by... And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Tua going to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins are back within 1. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Fields. Now he takes off. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Fields. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. The Jets will send out the field goal unit. This one from 54 yards out. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Jets are in front as we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Bené Wanwu now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jets offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. It's first down, and it's Paul. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hall. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw is Tua. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. A shotgun snap for Tua. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll get this out quickly to Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It is a big play. Tua to Tyree. 31 yards.
And, Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
Now a first down throw for Tua. That's to the sideline and hauled in by Smith. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
Now a give to Achane, heading right. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Man in motion here is Washington. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And he'll take it on in. Malik Washington. Touchdown, Miami. Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the give, it's Hall. Room to run at the 40. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Another run here with Hall. Whoa! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I would imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
Play action now for Fields. Down the field, he's got his receiver, Lazard. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Off the play action, here's Fields. Inside the 10, it is caught. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, New York.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now, for the point after. He's got it. And the Jets make the lead 4. It is 17-13.
Dolphins 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. First and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Tua to throw again. That's to Waddle again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Hill brought in motion. A run out of the gun with Achane. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Achane. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. Second down and 8. Here's Tagovailoa. To the outside, that's caught by Hill. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Here's Achane. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Hill brought in motion. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another one from the 5, second down and goal. Hill brought in motion. One more time, it's Achane. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. For the lead, here is 3rd and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a...
That is caught by the tight end. Jonnu Smith, touchdown Dolphins.
What a game this
has been back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense. Still first down.
They go play action with Fields. That's caught! And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Give up the middle with Hall. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
We'll try to run for it with Hall. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
Big time stop there, Mike, on 3rd down. Now it sets up a 4th down decision for this head coach. Do I want to be aggressive and extend this drive, or am I content just sending out my field goal unit and trying to make this all square? I think at this stage in the second half, tie the game up. Hopefully my defense can get me the ball back and find a way to win here in the second half.
And this one online, and it is good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Off play action, it's Tua. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. Now it's Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's Gibson to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That's caught. Down the field is Reynolds. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
They give to Hall. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Fields to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A massive play here. Late, tie game, 3rd down. Here comes Hall on this toss to the right. And this defense holds its ground. They stop him for no gain. And 4th down's coming up.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to grab a late lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's over the middle, caught by Tyreek. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. Here's second down. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's taken in left side by Smith.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Man in motion here is Washington. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the fourth. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Play action. Tagovailoa. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Now, 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down...
And this is a touchdown! They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Fields. This one caught by Lazard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Here is 2nd and 7. Throwing is Fields. This one taken in by Reynolds. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. Here's 1st down. Now, Fields. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.